Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Today we're going to be looking at the markets just as usual, some of the news that's coming out just now. We'll be looking at Babb, Stellar, Bitcoin obviously as well. We'll be looking at HOT as well, HOT's hotting up just now, Pundy X, see what's happening with them as well. So I'm just going to see if we're live. I'm just going to move this camera a little bit, maybe a bit more centered, that's a bit better. Okay, so I'll just see if we're live and see if anybody's in the house. Yes, we have some people in the house. Okay, who do we have? We have Rain in. Good morning to you. Adverhagen, RC, Monkey Tomo is in the house. Martin and Sonia. Kim O'Brien, one of our brilliant admins, is in the house. Welcome to you. And this music gets me in the zone. It gets me in the zone every morning as well. Cole Phillips is in the house as well. Welcome back to you, sir. Eros Suleiman, Scottish Bull. I sent you a message, Scottish Bull, this morning. Atif Mahmood is in the house. Rob UK, one of our brilliant admins as well, doing a stellar job out delivering in the mornings. Relts is in the house. JC Stander, Rishikesh Chowdhury is in the house. Tony P, Mervyn Skidmore, Jacob Hopkins, and Adverhagen. Right, your sound is soft. My sound is soft. Right, okay, 1 second, and I'll turn this up. Is that any better? Right, I'm just going to see. I just changed something over yesterday. It's obviously not worked. Right, bear with me a second. Okay, that should be better. I'll just change the tracks over there. Okay, is that any better for the sound? Let me know if the sound fine for me. Rachel Kent is in the house. Andy Grant, Gino Dow, Mark Innes. Adverhagen, yes, that's better. Okay, cool. It's better now. Better now. Right. So what's been happening? There's lots of people in this morning. Alts are still making a move this morning, which is really good. Really pleased to see that. So we'll look at the markets overall just now, and then we'll look at some news, and we'll just chat, have a wee coffee. Remember, crush those likes. Ah, shit, that's gone cold. Ah, that's not very nice. Right, okay, where's Bitcoin? $8,267, down 0.01%, which is not much at all. So it's kind of trading sideways just now. We'll have a look at that in a wee second. Okay, so the overall market cap is 303 billion, so it's going up, and that's the amount is traded. That's not what's in the market just now. We've got to remember that. But 303 billion traded over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance has gone down slightly, which is good, while the alts are going up. That's good to see. Who's the winners? Stellar, obviously, with the news that's kind of come out as well. Stratus, Holo is up 9%. I like one Satoshi. Wax, Komodo, PivX, Zcash, they're all up as well. So it's not a lot in double digits. How many is there? About 30%. Kind of in red. GX Chain, IOST. GX Chain was mentioned in the kind of China list of top 30 projects. Bitcoin Private, Kin is back up again, 179. Or sorry, down again to 179. Moac, Ardor, Digibyte, Bitcoin Diamond, Arc, Polymath, Monacoin. And just have a look at the next 100 just now. See who the winners are. There's usually some bigger winners on that. But Minex Coin, 19%. Groslo Coin, 17%. No Coin, never heard of No Coin. Chainlink has been doing well over the last couple of weeks. Edgeless, Matrix AI, Ravane, StoreJ, Nexo, they're all up. Any big losers? Vertcoin is down. Tata 2, I never heard of them either. Tata 2. Nextday, Metaverse ETP, Factum, good long term one. Peercoin, Veritasium, ODM, Cube, Prism. So they're all down just now. As I said, Bitcoin dominance 46.8%. Okay, if you have any questions, by the way, just pop them in there. I might not get to them, but hopefully we'll get to look at them. Right, okay, we'll just look at TradingView. Have I got TradingView up? Oh, bollocks, I've not got TradingView up. TradingView, let's go to that chart just now. So we'll look at Bitcoin, and we'll look at the normal kind of chart just now. And we will look at Bitcoin just now, BTC. USDT. So where are we just now? Just look at the daily chart for Bitcoin, see if we've got any resistances. We'll take these off. That was something I was checking before. So we're looking for kind of obvious supports and resistances. And we've got one here about 10,000. That'd be an obvious one. So 10,000 would be an obvious resistance there. We've got another one round about here at 9,000. So about 9,000 and 10,000 are psychological barriers there. We might have another one there around about 8,700. So that's where it is just now. About 8,600 say is another kind of resistance level. Just kind of put that in there, round about here. That's another resistance. If we can break through that, then we're going up to 9,000, then $10,000. But it looks like if we're looking at the news, we'll just have a look at the news here. Okay, so I thought this was interesting as well. Bitcoin Google Trends data is anticipation of ETFs driving the price up. It looks like if we go into Google and look at the trends on Google, and we'll just do it here. So if we type in Bitcoin ETF, anybody can do this. You can go into Google Trends and just look at Bitcoin ETF and see what's being searched. And you can see that it's gone up sharply to 69, a score of 69. This is the interest over time. And that was between the 15th and the 21st of July. So lots of people searching for Bitcoin ETF specifically, which tells us a lot, because obviously if a lot of people are searching for it, there's a reason they're searching for it, and they want to know if the Bitcoin ETF is going to come up or not. Related queries: CBOE, Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin Cash, ProShares, Bitcoin ETF. This is German, I believe. Barat 22 ETF, I don't know what that kind of is about. So it's obvious that people are thinking that the ETF is going to happen, or they think it might happen. In anticipation of that, what they're going to be doing is maybe getting into Bitcoin to look at trading it or kind of investing in it for the short term or long term. So this article has said Bitcoin has been on somewhat of a mini bull run in the last 2 weeks. This week managing to break 8,000 for the first time since May. So with many suspecting that anticipation of the SEC decision regarding Bitcoin ETFs is driving much of the current bullish price movement. It's interesting to compare Google Trends data for related search terms. Google Trend data can be really quite good. If you're looking at a particular coin, you can search it. I'm just going to see if this works with... we'll look at, for example, Holochain. I don't know if a lot of people will be searching for that. Holo. Yeah, that's going up as well. If I was for this point. We'll just do Holo Hot. So it's gone up sharply just now. That's the related terms. No related terms there. So nobody's been really searching for that, but it looks as if the values for the point of partial incomplete data available. I don't know if that's... We'll look at PundiX. And the search terms for that. Nope. PundiX ICO, PundiCoin. So Google Trends can tell us a lot of data, and it's good to kind of search for your coin for that particular search term as well. You've got to get the key term though. That's the only thing with Google Trends. But there can be a direct correlation, well, not a direct correlation, but a correlation between the Google Trends, your coin, and kind of the news coming out, and what's been happening as well with that your particular coin. So it's good to search in Google Trends. I think that's a good thing to do. So Bitcoin looking good, but they think the price in this article, as ever, I'll put the kind of articles up for you, they think the price is going to go up. However, what they're saying is, as researchers from San Francisco Federal Reserve and many have argued, the sudden fall in price following the introduction of Bitcoin futures in December was unlikely a coincidence, with the Fed paper explaining it to be consistent with trading behaviour that typically accompanies the introduction of futures market for an asset. So they believe that this is going to happen with the ETF. So around about maybe August the 10th, although that's been kind of put forward, August 10th, August the 15th, that it will come back down. It might reach $10,000, but come back down. They'll just short it from there as well. And that's a major psychological barrier as well, a major psychological barrier. So we can expect a lot of resistance at $10,000 if it gets to that. And particularly if the kind of SEC come out and say something about the ETFs as well. So we can expect a big downturn, not a big downturn, but a downturn in the Bitcoin price before it starts going back up again. ETF scenarios, not approved, price crashes. This is from Armin van Bitcoin on Twitter. Approved price pumps, then crashes hard from whales selling the news. Invest long term, ignore the noise. So it might be some good advice there as well. But obviously you want to get in a good price as well. Go back to some of the comments. Mark Ennis likes crushed, excellent. JC Standard sound is better. Now going to good, the sound is good. Likes well and truly. Crush, thank you very much. Scottish Bull, George Charles, morning all. Marcus Shafari, good morning to you. Kim O'Brien, I think it takes a like some time to load. I know at least of us have crushed them, but only showing for me. I'm just going to see how many likes there is. Not that it matters anyway. 28 likes, 62 people watching just now. No unlikes so far. Gino Dow, bought more coins today, bought TRX and XRP. Can you do a TA please? Yeah, I'll look at that in a wee second. Did you ever get back into Neo, Steve? No, I didn't ever get back into Neo. I never did. Still love Neo. Still think it's brilliant for the long term, but I didn't get back into it just now. Mainly because the kind of portfolio is down a lot since kind of January, February. When I sold out of kind of Neo as well back in April, I think it was. I think it was back in April. The intention was to get back in, but the portfolio was a lot higher then. Now it's down, so it's kind of trading my way back to a higher portfolio. So Neo would definitely be a long-term hold. It would just be buy and hold like I did before. I just bought them, held them, collected the gas on them as well. I like checking that kind of every day or every week or something like that. But no, I've not got back into it yet, but I do really like Neo for the long term. What are your thoughts on Nebuleo? One's at $50, now currently $3. Need to check that out as well. Chris Noble's in the house. Mac Pollen, John Warburton, Rafi Bogosian, David Schwartz is in. You've not missed much, just going over the markets just now in general. Like button crushed. What's up, folks? LTC ready yet? And there's good news on LTC as well. So we'll just have a look at some of them just now. 1 second. Are the alts moving a bit because of the Bitcoin ETF being delayed until September, Scottish Bull? No, I don't think so. I think because Bitcoin is stabilizing, relatively stable at the moment. So if we look at the Bitcoin price, it's kind of relatively stable just now. If we look at the 6-hour chart, it's still gone up, but it's relatively stable in the price as well. It's above the 15 EMA here, and it's kind of stable-ish. So I think people are kind of buying the alts on this kind of stable market, relatively stable market. Obviously it's volatile, kind of short-term and long-term, but I think that's why the alts are going up. And looking at the alts, who's up just now? Hot BTC has just moved up. Fantastic. So switching between 10 and 11, so that must have brought down that sell wall on Hot. They're saying it's up 11% just now. Yeah, that sell wall was there at 10 Satoshi, and obviously there's a buy wall there at 9 Satoshi. So they broke down the sell wall at 10 Satoshi, but they've got 2 billion coins, 2.5 billion to break through before they get to the next level at 12 Satoshi for Hot. So we need to wait and see what happens with that. So this will switch between 0% change and 11% change throughout the day until one of these is broken, either 10 Satoshi mark or the 11 Satoshi mark. The way it's going just now, I was looking at the buys this morning, it looks good for Hot, and there's a wee buy wall coming up there as well at 263 million. So we need to wait and see. It's going to be a long time. So what I did yesterday, I kind of got into Hot again. For a scalp, really, because I scalped PundyX yesterday and got out of PundyX, got into HOT in the hopes that this was going to go up at 1 Satoshi, and it was just going to make 10% on that or 11% on that, jump back into PundyX before the airdrop and see what happens with that. And that was my plan, but it looks as if it's going to take longer than I thought, but we just don't know. So I could still get a good price at PundyX if it stays at this, but I think this is going to go up for the airdrop and just for the general kind of sentiment on PundyX as well. Still got long-term coins obviously as well, but I was looking, so I scalped that yesterday. It was for 1 Satoshi, but I went in kind of big with 2 Bitcoin, got that 1 Satoshi, so it's 0.05 BTC, which is about $300-400. But looking to make more on that and HOT, get back into PundyX, get the airdrop, and kind of scalp that as well. What does everyone think of the new sleek Ledger Nano S Live? Haven't seen it, Scotch Bill. Haven't looked at that. Mac Pong, good morning. Insane Sam in Denmark, and says my sunshine every day is wonderful. Excellent. Yeah, it's good weather over here. This is the best summer we've had in a while in Britain, in Scotland, in Britain obviously, but Scotland in general is usually quite cold compared to England. John Warburton, morning everyone. Rafi Bogosian, good morning to you. Scotch Bill, no chance will Bitcoin ETF be approved in August? That's why I'm still holding my 3 or 4 solid altcoins. Yeah, I don't think they've kind of put it back to September as well. I think there's a lot of news coming out, so we don't know exactly when the SEC are going to come back and talk about the ETF and give a decision on it. But it was clear from the beginning that the decision wasn't going to be a yes or a no in August. On August the 10th or August the 15th, I think the real date was. So I think that was clear from the start. But just for the overall sentiment, it's done brilliant for the overall sentiment of kind of Bitcoin and cryptos in general. So it's been really good from that point of view. David Schwartz, no, you've not missed much. LTC, somebody was asking before, TRX and XRP. So have a look at TRX. That looks as if it's going to move up. It's getting ready to make a move. It might have started yet. It's getting ready to make a move just now. 460 at the moment. We just look on the Renko chart. This is on the 6 hourly. It's just starting to move on the 6 hourly as well, which is good, a good sign. But we can see here on the Renko chart, we've got a ghost green box there as well. So that was from 456. It's up at 460. So it needs to get to 462 to get to a solid green box in the next 12 minutes. So it's up at 460 at the moment. So that's good. But if we look on the charts as well, it's above the 15 EMA, which we always like to see if we're going into a coin. We like it to be above the 15 EMA and use that 15 EMA as support, and it looks as if it's doing that just now. You can see it's kind of spiking down, bouncing up, spiking down, and it's using the 15 EMA as support. These little arrows that you see in the Renko chart, that was somebody sent me a script over this morning for TradingView. I've just been using that just now on the Renko. So we can see in the Renko, it tells you when to buy in, when to sell. So I thought that was quite a good wee script, but there's a script to backtest as well. I've not kind of used the backtest script as well that it's sent over. So I'm just looking at that just now. So thank you very much for that, really appreciate it. What else we're looking at? TRX. So we looked at TRX and XRP. XRP looked good the other day. We'll see what it's doing just now, and we'll go on to Binance. Not looking good in the Renko. We'll just check the normal charts. Still above the 15 EMA. It's on a downward slope just now. So it did have a big, not a big rise up, but a 4% rise up before coming back down. But it's now back above the 15 EMA, possibly using that as support as well. That's on the hourly chart. What's it looking like on the 6 hourly? It's not looking good in the 6 hourly, but it's coming up to meet the 15 EMA in the 6 hourly. 7025, that was the 17th of July. It kind of broke down through the 15 EMA. So we just sold round about here, and plus we're looking at getting a position in round about these prices as well. So XRP on the dollar chart, we'll just look at the dollar price, 46 cents, been as low as recently 41 cents. So I do think it represents a good opportunity if you're holding for longer term, for day trading or for scalping, Could be good as well, but short and long term it looks good for XRP. Neblio. Just look at Neblio. Binance. Now looking at the chart, it doesn't look good, although it's coming up again just now. I don't know if they've got an Neblio USD. They have. So it's calculated by TradingView. So $3.62. And we'll just look at the daily chart or the weekly chart. $73 is peak. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, about $50 a closing price, but at its peak it was $73 and down, way down to kind of $3.62. So you'd think by looking at that, you think that represents a fantastic opportunity just to get to its all-time high. We're talking about a 25xer, but obviously we have to kind of look at the project itself, the team itself as well, and ask why it's gone down so much. But you could ask that of any altcoin because they've all gone down by that much. Not that much. That represents about a 90% drop or something like that. But a lot of coins have dipped 70-80% as well. So if you like this long term, you've done the research, it could be a good opportunity for you. But at the moment, it might just be starting to come into play. We've got a couple of green candles there, but you just don't know. But it could be represent a good opportunity here, and there seems to be a kind of triple bottom here. I'm just going to check that on the charts. So if you see this and we come closer, so it's gone down, bounced off round about these levels, $3.20 level, gone up again, bounced off $3.20, gone down, bounced off $3.20. So this looks as if it's going to go up. There's a triple bottom here if we're looking at it from a TA point of view, and it's never been this low as well. I think since it came out, it's never been this low. The lowest it was $4.48, so it has been lower. Yeah, $4.48, so it's never been as low as $3.19, where it has been. So this could represent a good opportunity for Neblio. I kind of vaguely remember, because I've traded that much, I think Neblio, I got in at one point at $10, $8 or something, sold at $12 for Neblio as well. What was saying? Tell me something. Oh, right, Babb news. So I want to go to the news. I keep forgetting the time. Right, Babb are now at 93%. We'll just refresh that. 93% funded for the crowd fund, and this is for, if you remember, this is for the licenses for the Bank of England and Lithuania, and this is what they're raising the money for. And they've got 30 days left, and we've only got £104,000 to go until that is fully funded, which is a good thing. So that's come back up. So it was at 72% the other day. It's now at 93%. They released a video yesterday as well, just celebrating that fact. So we're nearly there with Babb, all you kind of Babb holders as well. And Scottish Bull, I know you kind of said something about kind of the BAX token as well. That's why I kind of wrote to you this morning. So hopefully we can get something there as well. So look at that as well. But good news for Babb. Where's the Babb price? I think the Babb price has gone up as well. If we look at CoinMarketCap, Babb, yeah, it has gone up to 12 Satoshi at the moment. If you look on KuCoin, look at BAX. Where is it just now? I just want to see the buy and sell was. So you can see that represents like a 20% rise because the Satoshi value is so low. So we've got a sell wall here on 12 at 1 million. That's only 0.2 Bitcoin worth. So that could easily be broken through. And we've got on the other side the buy wall at 11 Satoshi for nearly 9 million, which represents only kind of nearly 1 Bitcoin. So it looks as if we're going to go up to maybe 13.12. And there's a spread there of 9%. That's only because it's such a low value as well. So it wouldn't take much for this to get back up. If somebody kind of going into this and spend a couple of Bitcoin on this and pushing it up to 24 Satoshi, but obviously you'd have sales under there as well. So it'd be good to do some kind of market making on this. It'd be good. Somebody easily could kind of get this price up, or even get the price down if they really wanted to. So yeah, it's up 20% just now on that. Obviously they're on other exchanges as well. IDEX, I've not looked on IDEX for a while. I usually check KuCoin, but the volume is extremely low, 2.3 Bitcoin at the moment over the last 24 hours. What was the other one you were kind of talking about? Hot. Yeah, so we'll look at Hot on, because we can see the... So PundiX has gone up to 39.38, 45 and 42. So the buy and sell walls on kind of this side. This doesn't tell you much. When I look at the order books, it just gives you an indication, because somebody could pull their order whenever from the order books, and it kind of changes things completely. So it just gives you an indication. I like to always check the order books as well. So it's kind of evenly balanced on the order books, but I do expect PundiX to go up in the next few days. We'll look at Hot, see what the order books are like for that. We just kind of looked at it. So it says it's up 22% because it's went up 2 Satoshi. That's why it looks such a high value. Yeah, but the kind of buy wall is creeping up for the 10 Satoshi mark for the buy wall, if you see that here. So that was, it's just changed over to 10.11. It was 9.10 before Satoshi, and the buy wall is creeping up, and this is creeping down slowly. This was at 2.5 billion, or nearly 2.5 billion. So it's going down very slowly, and people are buying. This is the trade history. People are buying at 11 Satoshi. There's a 2 million one trade there. So we might see this if we can get past these kind of sell walls here, but we're talking like 400 Bitcoin worth to get through these kind of sell walls to get up to 13.12. That'll be a good opportunity. But I got into Hot yesterday looking to scalp it. As I said, I think about 19 million of Hot yesterday, because I thought, bugger it, because the portfolio was down. This was my thinking, I'll just be honest. Portfolio was down that much, I thought I'm going to sell off some of the altcoins and just trade back up and get my portfolio back up and just start trading and look at scalping, look at what we're doing with the 3 to 6 strategy as well, and just scalp, just take a couple of Satoshi worth. If you've got a lot of coins that you can buy, so I've got 1.9 Bitcoin worth. So that's what I bought into kind of Hot with. That's what I've done with PundiX, and I'll keep doing that with other coins as well. And that's why the low priced, the low value Satoshi coins are really good from that point of view as well. So you can bring it up. So a 20% increase would be the kind of, it would be up to about 2 point. I don't know if I've done kind of sold at 12, and we had say 19 million, 19, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2.28. So it would represent roughly about 0.3 of a Bitcoin just for the 20% increase in that. That's why it's good for scalping, but you've got to have a kind of a lot for that. But you can still make it worth your while and just build it up slowly, very slowly. So 20% is nothing to be sneezed at. If that can get up to 12, 13, and I could sell it for 12, and I bought it for 10, so that could be good. Get back into PundiX, get the airdrop as well. That would be quite good. So that's the plan at the moment. Shouldn't be telling anybody that, but just be honest. I don't mind sharing that. Okay, right. I'm just going to look here at the news. What was the news? Cool. So this was from John McAfee. So he's going to offer $100. Sorry, 100K. He was saying, so the generous offer of the cybersecurity legend and crypto millionaire is real. Anyone can take part in this challenge. The entry fee is $50 plus the cost of BitFee wallet. So nothing is unhackable. The statement is about to be put to the test by the army of blockchain enthusiasts as cryptocurrency pioneer and millionaire John McAfee has promised to give $100,000 to anyone who can hack the BitFee wallet. His great marketing hook and an amazing opportunity to earn good money. So that's a challenge from John McAfee. So he's kind of put in a tweet, for all you naysayers who claim that nothing is unhackable and who don't believe that my Bitfee wallet is truly the world's first unhackable device, 100,000 bounty goes to anyone who can hack it. Money talks, bullshit walks. See, what do you think about John McAfee? He just says it as it is. He's not got any filter. He's not got any filter at all, from his brain to his mouth. And I do like that about him. I must admit, I do like John McAfee. A lot of people think he's a kook. I think he's a kook as well, but he's a very intelligent kook. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know if he would advertise it if it did get hacked, but I'm sure it would be all over Reddit if that was the case. Yeah, 8 billion. BitMEX trades record 1 million BTC in 24 hours, which is quite unbelievable. So the Bitcoin Mercantile Exchange, BitMEX, a Hong Kong-based peer-to-peer digital currency exchange, has reportedly traded a record 1 million in Bitcoin during the last 24-hour period, an amount worth over $8 billion. That's traded. That's actually traded. It's not people who bought, it's people who buy and sell, so they could be in and out, and that's why it adds up to kind of that much. So I thought that was really kind of interesting as well. Crypto market surging. Earlier this month, various analysts pointed out that a short squeeze on BitMEX was likely behind Bitcoin's bullish performance, as short sellers lost over $180 million in 20 minutes on its platform when BTC added $600 in an hour. So basically what that means, if somebody kind of shorts Bitcoin, on BitMEX you can short it and you can go long as well. So when you short it, you're effectively selling off Bitcoin. So there was a lot of shorters in there. I don't know the kind of price, but say around $8,000. They were expecting it to go back down to maybe 7,800, as was I, to be honest. I didn't short it, but I expected to go back down to 7,800 before bouncing back up. But so a lot of shorters done that, and when it kind of went up $600, they had to cover the short. So they might have put a stop loss in at $8,100 or $8,200. It's hit their stop loss. That means it buys back all the BTC and the price goes up even further. So that's what happens. Does it tell you here? Yeah. So that's what happens when somebody shorts and they get stopped out, and there's a lot of shorters using kind of BitMEX and kind of people going long as well. So that's why the kind of Bitcoin price shot up as well, but it's just keep on going up, up and up and up. And I don't think, unless you've got big cojones, and you wouldn't want to short Bitcoin at this price just now. Yeah, this was just from Crypto Briefing. No longer this dream Bitcoin $10,000 likely to happen. We kind of see that now. That's likely to happen to hit $10,000, and then we'll see big, huge psychological barrier. We'll probably see it going down, but you never know. It could just shoot through that and break through it. Stellar Lumens XLM is now on Huobi. Possibilities abound. So today, Huobi Global, one of the leading exchange platforms in the cryptocurrency industry, announced it will allow trading of Stellar from 26th of July, which is today. Deposits will be available from the 25th of July, whereas withdrawals will be available from the 28th of July. So that's good news for Stellar. We'll just see where Stellar is just now. Kind of recommended that the other day. That was for a short term though. XLM. That's on Bitfinex. So you can see so a kind of price jump of about 53%. That's on the daily chart. That's from the 13th of July. So a big jump. And you can see this is on the hourly chart. If we look here, when was this? That was from the 13th. So this is why I like the kind of Renko charts as well. Kind of cuts out that noise, as I said. You could have got into still at 31.30, kind of got out at 3950, which would represent 26% increase, and you'd be in and out. That's the only thing. You'd be in and out of it. But at the moment, if you were in it, you would be up about 10%. If you got in using the Renko charts. I think some people are questioning the Renko charts. I question it all the time. You've got to question it, and you've got to look at it, and you've got to look at the prices as well. But I think the Renko charts are good. But if you just use these charts, you could have gone at 3633, kind of rolled up for 17%. So what we were doing before is looking at the 15 EMA, wait for it crossing over, and then jump in. So using the Renko, you can be in and out and still kind of scalp and trade it as well. That's why I like the Renko. We'll look at the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is good for kind of trading in and out. You could have got in at 3665, got out with an 8% increase, got back in there, got out with another 12%. So an 8% trade and a 12% trade would have been good. And this is looking on the 15-minute chart. And if we even go down and look at the 5-minute chart, you could have got in here. Well, there's lots of kind of opportunities to get in here, out with an 8%, in, out with a 3%. So 5-minute chart is not so good for kind of trading. So 15 minutes if you're short-term trading, an hour, kind of looking at the longer term as well, and just looking at the daily and the trend as well, and then obviously 6 hourly and the daily as well if you're doing the Renko charts. So that's good news for Stellar. Coinbase announced a new deal to let you pay for Uber with crypto. This is for cityam.com. Coinbase are doing really good things actually for big institutional investors and kind of small investors like yourselves as well. So I thought at the beginning of the year that I thought, okay, Coinbase is going to go down with the new exchanges and the wallets and all that coming out as well, and secure wallets. I thought, and people will be able to pay with fiat. I thought Coinbase was going to kind of fall by the wayside, but they've not. They've really come back strong, and it's been really, really good. So Coinbase has today revealed a new partnership that will allow you to pay for physical goods and services from your favourite retailers with cryptocurrencies. The deal, which will be powered by WeGift, enables Coinbase users to buy an electronic gift card, load it with cryptocurrency from the Coinbase wallet, and then use them at over 120 retailers like Tesco, Uber, Amazon and John Lewis. This is big news. This is really big news. So currently only available in the UK, France, Spain, Italy and Australia, the news marks the first time that consumers can truly spend digital currencies at retailers which would not normally accept coins like Ethereum or Litecoin. So this is brilliant for the cryptosphere in general. It just shows you more and more how it's been accepted in the mainstream. So this is really good news for cryptos. And this is part of Stellar as well. Stellar XLM rockets into 70 new countries with new announcement. So Stellar have today published a new partnership announcement that will see Stellar's XLM currency become nationally available in over 70 countries. By expanding their already growing customer base, XLM is cementing itself as a direct competitor for XRP with regards to cheap, fast and reliable cross-border payments. So the partnership sees Stellar working alongside Transfer2, an established cross-border money transfer service. Transfer2 is currently available in over 70 countries, and thus now so is the Stellar platform in XLM currency. So we've been talking about that for a while, about XLM. Stellar has a good long-term buy, so now it just makes it even stronger, that kind of argument. Amazon Uber, that's kind of same news. Major bullish sign for EU as well. We are thrilled to announce that we are a recipient of a grant from the Spanish government to partner with the University of Alcalá, a demonstrable level of excitement in both public and private spheres about the potential of together fintech and crypto as an industry. We received this grant for the research of blockchain, big data and machine learning algorithms in the financial sector, and the grant highlights the excitement that both the public and private sectors have about the potential of our platform. So this is Gether Global. One sec, can just go back. What was that? Yeah, that was it. So a major bullish sign for EU, Spanish government investing in crypto. So it's not quite investing in crypto, but I thought it was a good piece of news as well that's coming out. Again, talking more and more about the mainstream coming into the fore with cryptos. Kind of covered that as well. Bitcoin ETF could win approval during this year. According to two anonymous sources, a Bitcoin ETF could win approval later this year if everything remains stable. Each of these sources has a different opinion. One is more optimistic and the other believes that decision needs to be discussed further. So this is another piece of news about the ETF. I know everybody's talking about the ETF just now. Okay, so I thought this was quite cool. I sold my Lambo to buy Bitcoin, says Bitcoin Jesus. We're talking about Roger Ver. Roger Ver, the CEO of Bitcoin.com, also known as the Bitcoin Jesus, speaks about Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Said that he used to own a Lamborghini before Bitcoin was even invented, but he sold his Lambo to buy more Bitcoin because that's how much he is in love with the digital currency. So it's just a wee kind of side piece of news, just thought it was interesting, thought it was quite cool. And I think that's it for the news. I've just kind of whizzed through the news, but as ever, I'll put links up for you as well. Yeah, I think I've covered all the news. So just go back to comments and look at some charts as well. Look at Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, we'll look at Binance. Where is it just now? See who's up. So GRS is up 20% just now, so that's Grossly Coin. That's took a big jump up, so it was up as much as about 40%. There's no indication, if we look at Grossly Coin, I don't think there's much indication that it was going to shoot up. So just look at it on the Renko. Was an indication it was going to shoot up. So we could have got in here. This is on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, we could have gone for the 30% rise. If we were looking at the 5-minute chart on the hourly chart, it would have given us much indication. We'd have got out here. 29% rise. This was, we're talking back the 11th of May. So yeah, so if we're looking to get in early for something, obviously the 5-minute chart, when was this? 25th, yeah. 5-minute chart looks good, but very volatile, the 5-minute chart. So it can be very volatile to look at some of these. But yeah, if we looked at the 5-minute chart on the kind of Renko chart, we could have had a kind of 30% scalp. Well, not scalp, but 30% trade back in again for another 10%. And it looks as if we could go back in here again. What was I sitting at just now? 9032, 9135 to get to the next level, 9241. So it looks as if it's could rise again. So we need to wait and see. So 5-minute chart looks good, but very, very risky on the 5-minute chart Renko, but it could be a good one as well to look at if you're using the Renko charts as well. Link has gone up 16%. Bear with me a second, please. Just 1 second. Just talk amongst yourselves. Hi everyone, really sorry, I'm going to have to go.